Hey everybody, it's Randy with Carchaeology, and I've got a fun little cartifact, kind of like an artifact, but for cars, that I want to go over with you in regards to the Humber Super Snipe. Now, whenever I get a new vehicle here at the lab, I love to research it. It's one of the things that just really turns me on about these old cars is that there's always something to learn. And one of the ways to learn is to find an original sales brochure for the vehicle that you're working on. It can give you some insight into, well, what they were trying to sell. What were they trying to accomplish with the Humber Super Snipe? Now, this is a pretty obscure car, especially here in the US. And so it's a bit of an orphan, I would say. It's maybe even a bit of an orphan over in the UK, where the car was first built. But even more so here, people have no idea what a Humber Super Snipe is. So anyway, I wanted to go over this with you. I think this is really cool. This is the sales brochure. Check out the artwork on here. I mean, these were incredible paintings that they did for the illustration of it. But let's flip this open. It's kind of a funky brochure. There you go. Roots Motors Limited presents the new Humber Super Snipe, a high-performance quality car. What I love about this is when you get down into the verbiage of everything here, you know, they really get into it. Some of this stuff is just wonderful. The superiority of the new Humber Super Snipe is evident in the quiet assurance of its ride and the polished performance of the masterly 3-liter engine, now increased in power. Luxury travel, etc., road holding, and a wide choice of harmonious color schemes. Anyway, super fun to see how they market this thing. Now, this is great because it shows the cushiness of the interior. Obviously, the car that I've got here, the interior is a little sketch at the moment, but I'd really love to get it back to this original luxury. There were little fold-out picnic tables that came down out of there. Really plush interior there. A car of great distinction, the Humber Super Snipe. Now, they did a sedan, a limousine, and a station wagon. Now, I don't really know what the difference is between the limousine and the sedan, whether it was just trim or whether it actually was a length thing. I don't know. Some cool little flaps here. Here you go. There's the full interior array there. Spacious and beautifully appointed. Here's the estate wagon. Love that. Great color too. Man, I'd love to find a green one of those with a green interior. Pretty frickin' awesome. Again, just neat little artwork. All of this trying to set the tone for what the Humber Super Snipe was all about. The gloved hand upon the steering wheel, etc., etc. Carpeted luggage compartment. That fantastic dashboard with burl wood finish. And then we get into the exclusive luxury features. I mean, look at this boy stretched out in the back here. This was a luxury car. Not quite to the level of Bentley or Rolls-Royce or even Jag, but maybe a step down from those cars. Folding tables for passengers, the powerful 6-cylinder engine. So that's 132 horsepower, which is a fair bit, especially for a British car of that era. And again, this wasn't really a performance car. However, it was something that would give road speeds up to 100 miles an hour, which is really moving quick when you think about the roads that they were driving there in England. I've driven through England. It's not a place I want to go 100 miles an hour, except on the motorway, maybe. Anyway, different specs of the Humber Super Snipe. It's fun to see the all of the dimensions and weights and things like that. So you've got a 110-inch wheelbase. Overall length is 188 inches, so it's actually a pretty big car. Let's see, ground clearance 7 inches, turning circle 38 feet. Let's see, what other stuff might be of interest in here? Compression ratio 8:1, zenith downdraft carb, bore and stroke, so you've got 3437 by 3.25 inches. So that's 180 cubic inches or 2965 cc's. So 132 horsepower at 5,000 RPM. Suspension on this is known to be a pretty cush design as well. It does have a Borg-Warner automatic transmission in it. which those are known to be pretty reliable. The suspension, it's front suspension independent with manganese coil springs. Yeah, easy for me to say. Let's see, rear suspensions, long semi-elliptic springs attached to frame by steel and rubber bushes, blah, blah, blah. Armstrong telescopic shock dampers, anti-roll bar, and so on and so forth. 15-inch wheels on this car too, which is actually pretty sizable there. 19 US gallon gas tank on it too. 16 imperial gallons. I don't know if it shows what its fuel economy is, but I don't imagine it's particularly miserly on fuel. In any case, that is the Humber Super Snipe brochure. Check that out in all of its glory. The majestic new Humber Super Snipe. I hope to get this car back up and running and looking a bit like it does right here. I'd love to put the white walls back on it. The black with the red interior I think is a great combination. Super classy. And while I'm not going to do a full restoration on the car, I just want to get it fluffed up and looking respectable and then running and driving. And I'm pretty close to that. So stay tuned for the next video when hopefully I get this thing fired up and on the road for the first time after its long-term hibernation. Thanks for watching, everybody. Keep on digging them up and driving them. Bye-bye.